welcome to Rose City Red Card, your Portland Thorns podcast. I've had a full night to become a reasonable person about this. We watched the game yesterday. Our former league MVP went home to Colorado, made her debut against us, and beat us. I slept on it, and I am not more reasonable.
I'm Marissa, Portland Thorns groupie, keyboard warrior analyst, and the person on the show who's going to make you care about the 6th spot, whether you asked for it or not. I wish that we had more to talk about, Alan. It's the same issues. It's the same problem. It's the same
things we talked about last week.
Not
but we
cohesive.
Can't blame me this time.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Alan, we'll be blaming you all year.
Okay, fair enough.
Love you, buddy. Blaming you all year. Dropping your mom's maiden name. Shout out Alan's mom. But it's just the same thing. We are not moving as a cohesive unit. It's this week, actually, it looked more like our midfield and our attackers weren't cohesive. We normally don't have a problem with our attackers, but it was everybody. We were moving as 3 separate units, not one movement. We weren't using the field. We weren't using the space. Our defense just looked so disorganized and scattered and just didn't know what they were doing. And we're top of the table team. Like, what are we doing? We can't just keep depending on our offense, which is kind of only Soph Smith. At that point, she's at that mountain high 9.
I kept commenting during the game. She would end up just kind of dancing around with the ball, waiting for the rest of the team to catch up.
She's on an island. Yep, she's literally on an island up
4
there.
defenders against her, and she just needs to kill time waiting for somebody to back her up. Mm-hmm. And it takes 10 seconds for them to get over there. Like, what were they doing?
Yeah, exactly. And that's like the game moves so fast. Like, they turn the ball, Denver turns the ball over in our third, and then we should be turning because Soph is already burning. And our midfield, I love our girls, but they're technical and great, but they're not the fastest. So Soph's already out there while we got our midfield, Moultrie, Fleming, and Tordin kind of still just making our way up. And by that time, Soph is an amazing player, but she's got 3-4 defenders on her back. She can't just carry the ball forever. And we just lose it. We turn it over, and then by that time, our midfield's pushing to our offense, and we turn the ball over, and then they kick the ball, and our midfield is now stuck with our offense. Can't help get to track back to our defense.
Can't get back.
We're just not moving as a cohesive unit, and it is extremely disheartening and disappointing. Like, we are better than this. We know that we're better than this. Goddamn, everybody knows we're better than this. Any podcast, anybody talking about it. What's with the Thorns? What's wrong with the Thorns? Why have we been skidding? Like, our last 4 games, we tied Utah, then we got the break, then we came back, we beat Louisville. Congratulations, Louisville. I mean, no offense to Louisville, but you guys got 7 points at the bottom of the table. We beat them, and then we just lost to our league rivals, Seattle Reign, 2-0. Didn't just lose, got our asses whooped in Seattle. Lumen Field, fuck the grass. Whatever. And then we just got beat by Denver, and there's just a common denominator there. Like what we were saying, we're a second half team, and we can get away with that for some teams, but it's the second half of the season now. We are going to be punished.
1-1. Mm-hmm. We gave up that goal right at the end of the first half. We had the momentum going. And then we let it get tied up, and then we just couldn't bring it back in that second half.
And it was literally the 8th, there was 8 minutes of stoppage time, and they scored it in the 8th minute of stoppage time.
It was right at the end.
And it was a nice goal. Like, you can't, it's football. I mean, it's soccer. Like, it was a beautiful goal. Like, Mackenzie wasn't going to get a hand
Arnold
on that.
had some great saves during this game, but Denver had so many shots on goal that you can't save all of them. Mm-hmm. You can't be the one player doing all the work.
We were saying there's 10 players in front of her. It's got to get through 10 people before it gets to her. So, So Becky scored literally at the very last second of the last minute of the first half, and then Means scored at the 86th minute, which was honestly, I wish I could say I thought I was going to see a better outcome, but they were just kept pressing and pressing. They out-cornered us. They outshot us, shots on goal. outpossessed us. They were the better team. Like, we can't just keep depending on our four, like, and obviously we're missing Turner. She's going to be out to 4 to 6 weeks. She's one of the only people that can keep up with fucking Soph on the front line. Like,
okay, so do you think that was part of it?
Yeah, that's a huge part of it. Absolutely, because what you brought up exactly, Alan. Like, Soph is out there alone, and
she needs somebody who's fast enough. Yeah,
exactly. And then you have
be
Turner that's keeping up with her, running after her, who is offensive minded, who isn't like mostly midfield, like center, like.
Well, and she's out with a leg injury,
4 to 6 weeks.
Which a 4 to 6 week leg injury, that can go either way. That can be a permanent slowdown to a player. Just that could be really bad. But we won't know for
4 to 6 weeks. And honestly, and everything changes. Like, next week we might get, hey, it's actually going to be pushed. It's going to be a little bit closer to 6 weeks, or hey, actually it's looking a little bit more to 3 to 5. We don't know. You know what I mean? We just hope that she's resting and she's taking care of herself, and and we're all like, I don't know. We just can't afford to be a second half team anymore. And even yesterday, we weren't a second half team.
We weren't.
Last week, we weren't a second half team.
Well, we've talked a lot about location and how we just cannot play when we're not at home. We win so much at home here in Portland at Providence Park, but anytime we're on the road, we just fall apart. What's going on with that? We're
halfway through the season, and we have not lost at Providence Park. It's been a while since we lost at Providence Park. Last season, the last game we played at Providence Park last year was against San Diego in the quarterfinals. We beat them 1-0. That was the last game. Saunas. Okay. Well, sorry. Let me get back. We just got fact checked. The first goal was actually not by Becky. It was by Janine Saunas. So that was my bad. So, yep. And also Louisville is at 8 points and not 7 points.
Anything else we want to cover in the game?
Honestly, we lost, but it is so fucking great to have Lindsey Heaps back in the USA on our soil. That's our Captain America. She is our leader. She's played in World Cups. She's played in, she won a World Cup. She scored World Cup games. It's not about the game, I guess, but it's really special to have her back on our soil playing in our league. So just big shout out to her. Portland girl, we love you. Fuck off. Do not score against us next time. Even though you didn't score this time, don't score against us. And we need some fucking defenders.
Do this again. So before we move on, that does bring us to one positive thing about this game. This was Wilson's 51st career club goal, which by my count ties Rapinoe's mark on the single club list. So that's a pretty impressive statistic right there, and shows she's doing a lot of work. We just need the rest of our team to catch up.
She's doing a lot of work for us, Portland Thorns.
So that brings us to the homecoming of Lindsey Heaps. Tell us about this.
Like I said earlier, it's exciting. We got Lindsey Heaps coming back, the Champions League winner, World Cup winner, gold medalist, played in France for the last 4 or 5 years, 4, 6, 4. Sorry.
And now she's back in the United States.
Yes, she's back in the United States. She grew up in Denver. She's a Denver girl, and the Denver Summit, this is their first year, and I think kind of everybody knew she was going to come play for Denver. This is her hometown. I listened to her on some podcast she was talking about. She's like, yeah, I'm driving on the I-25, and it's the same road that I used to go drive to on my club, when I was a kid, and her family gets to go see her. It's just really special. You could tell it means a lot for her to be back in Denver, and also it means a lot for all of us. I'm going to get emotional. Even though
it's
you
a
just
big
beat
deal.
us. She's back on home soil, and she learned.
And she's the U.S. women's national team captain.
Yes,
and
she's
so
our
this
captain.
was a battle of the captains.
Yes,
this last
it was.
game.
Yeah, battle of the captains. Lindsey Heaps versus Jessie Fleming, who's a Canadian captain, and we got the clash of the captains at Mile High. I mean, they're some of our biggest North American rivals. In the CONCACAF, there's not a lot of people that are good, and it's hard to find people that are good. But we've always been fighting with and against Canada. And it's actually it's good that we have close competition that we can play friendlies with and just have that. And our leagues are close. Our girls are close. It's exciting. But.
And you could see that on the field in some of the moments between plays.
Yeah.
Seeing each other, help each other up off the
checking
the ground,
on you,
checking in,
making sure.
And you could tell that they cared about each other, even though they were in competition and they wanted to win, they wanted to beat each other, but they still, you can be friends with somebody and still want to beat them.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, like I feel like I know that they're professionals and they take this game goddamn serious, but I think we sometimes take it a little bit more seriously than them. Like win or lose, you had 3 USA. We had our Liv Moultrie, our Soph, and Lindsey Heaps all giving each other hugs, chatting it up after the game, like nothing happened. Like because this is their sport and this is their job, but these are friends. They've traveled together, they've sweated, they've bled, it's been really. But it's exciting to have Lindsey back here. She also offers like I don't know, like we always talk about how different leagues there's different playing styles, and the French, they play kind of a different game, and I feel like she's going to bring that back. And people were kind of worried to see how she would play in the NWSL, but she looked fucking great. She looked fucking fine. She had a few shots on goal. She looks great, and we're just happy to have her back.
She's adapting well, coming back, coming to play here in the States again. That's it's good to see.
Yeah, welcome home, Linz. Like we're so happy for you. When you come play at Providence Park, that place is going to be fucking electric because that's her home. Like we all consider that. Homegirl still got PDX in her bio, so don't forget that. But that's her home, and we all once a thorn, always a thorn.
Absolutely.
Like us Thorns fans, we run deep, care a little bit too much, have a little bit too much time on our hands, but we care a lot. So welcome back, Lindsey Heaps. It's really special. Back. You're home. We really appreciate it.
So that brings us to the table. Portland was in third going in. We were really, really hoping for those extra 3 points to bring us up to 30 and a chance to get into first there, but that's not what happened. We're still we're still at 27 points. We're now in fourth. Gotham won and got up to 30. San Diego's at 29 and Washington is at 27. Tied with us, but they've played less games.
2 fewer games. Should I do a quick wrap-up of this week's match week?
Please do.
All right, so Wednesday the 15th, we had 2 games. We had Orlando Pride and Orlando Pride versus Boston Legacy. Boston Legacy is pushing. They beat Orlando Pride 1-0. It was a good match. It was a really, really good match. Really fun colors, too. I know nobody cares, but it was like a purple versus almost like a violet type, like a neon green, but people keep talking about the kits and like the matching. But so
it's fun.
Boston pulled off the win against Orlando. Boston is also a new team this year, and they are kind of catching their stride. Like they're not doing as well as Denver, but they're pushing and they have the means to play. Because also Legacy's team, they got a bunch of players that never really played in the NWSL. They're from other places, so everyone's experiencing new things. And then the second game of the night was the Queen's Classic. Huge game. Over 42,000 people in New York at Citi Field, at the baseball field. The biggest women's sports game to ever happen in New York, ever. Gotham ended up beating.
What a game it was.
It was insane. Yeah, Queen's Classic, you have a redo of last year's NWSL final, and it ended up like last year's NWSL final, 1-0 to Gotham. It was a great game, but Gotham looks like they have their foot on the pedal all the way down, pushing a hole through the car. They're looking fucking unstoppable. It's kind of worrisome, but great game. Gotham pulled it out, beat Spirit 1-0. Then Friday the 17th, we had KC Current and San Diego Wave. That was the most fun game I've had watched in a really long time. That was good football. through and through. It was so exciting to see. Temwa Shawinga she reminds me of Bunny Shaw. She's just inevitable. She's big. She's going to score. She's fast. If she was sprinting at me full pace, I would lay down on my back and submit. Like, she is so fast. It was awesome. But they tied, but they both brought home 1 point each. That was the only game on Friday. Then yesterday, Gotham played against Seattle. So that's what you're. Yeah. So they They had back.
This was a twist of a game. Seattle is going in 2-0 right to the end of the game. Then how does Gotham turn this around?
Well, Gotham turns it around. They're losing 2-0 at the 81st minute. Esther Gonzalez, plays for Spain. Fucking fantastic player. She ends up scoring at the 81st minute. Now it's 2-1, and Gotham's Gotham, so they're going to push. And then we got another Esther goal so they were stoppage time at the 90 plus 4 minutes. And then, of course, in beautiful Gotham style, we have a Rose Lavelle goal with a Sam Kerr assist to win the fucking game at the 8th minute of stoppage time.
That is incredible. 2 goals in 4 minutes of stoppage time right at the end of the game.
That's
pulling that back around. That is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I know, like, that. I give it up for Gotham. They did amazing, but like Seattle, like the lack of discipline there, like but also Gotham is looking inevitable. Like they look like a fucking super team. You know what I mean? And that's great for them. That's awesome. But that was a fucking exciting ass game to watch.
So that is something that I think we'll talk about another week is Gotham and the salary cap and what loopholes they are using to pull in all these incredible players. Turns out that's quite an interesting story, but we'll save that for next week.
Yeah, like player allocation, like cap space, the hip rule. We should actually have a specific episode of that because nobody understands it. As much as we try to look into it, everybody is like, "Oh, wait, what? Or this? Wait, no, this." So
we've done a little research, and we think we figured it out a little bit.
I mean, we'll see.
We'll see it ahead.
No, you're okay, but there's literally so many more games to go through. So
are there any that are key?
Bay FC, who was looking really terrible, they beat North Carolina Cards 3-0. Angel City beat Chicago. Angel City is actually looking really good. We were really worried. They fired their coach. They traded one of their best players, but they've been on fire since after the break. They won 2-0. Utah Royals beat Orlando Pride 1-0. And the last game of yesterday was Racing Louisville versus the Houston Dash, and they tied 1-1. So let's talk. Let's talk about the Air Queens Classic. Clear the air, Alan. Clear the air.
Let's clear the air. The air was a big story this week at the Queens Classic. The air quality index was up to 170 with a heat index of 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Trinity Broadman reportedly used an oxygen mask during a break. Wow, you said it was a good game, but it sounds like those players must have been miserable on that field.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she said, as she's puffing from her air tank, if we need to take 2 hydration breaks per half, we're not playing football. We're playing 15, like 17, 20, stopping, 20.
It's a different game.
It's a different game. And also, if you have to take 2 hydration breaks per half, you should not be playing that fucking game. Sorry, like...
the environment is too extreme.
Yeah, I mean, think about us up here. We're in the PNW. Like the East Coast, I know you guys have been dealing with this, but like you guys are new to this inside the last decade. We've been dealing with this for forever. Like at over 80 or 90 AQI, you can feel it in your throat, in your eyes, and everything. And they're huffing and puffing. Their pores are open. They're sweating. This is... No bueno.
Well, and it was at levels that can potentially cause health issues.
Serious harm.
Especially when you're exerting yourself that much, it can really take a toll on your body.
So there's been a lot of speculation. Okay, so when, like, what it is, like what the threshold is, and basically the consensus is we need to change the threshold. We cannot have it be that high and it be questionable. So right now, these are the rules. So Between 100 and 150 AQI, that mandates 1 hydration break per half. Between 150 and 180 AQI mandates 2 hydration breaks per half. Between 180 and 200 triggers a match delay. Above 200 results in a cancellation of the match. I don't know if you guys out there, hopefully, I mean, you guys are hopefully mostly Thornies, out here in Portland. It's fucking terrible. Smoke season is fucking terrible. And you can see, if it's a little bit smoky, it's at like 80 or 90. You can feel it in your throat, your eyes.
See it.
People are wearing masks. And so only over 180 will that even trigger them to think about delaying it. 180. That is so high.
And we were so close to that.
Mm-hmm.
And
they were
not quite high enough.
No. And I know money is money, but they sold 42,000 tickets. They weren't going to fucking delay the game. They weren't going to cancel the game. And that's why I think that has a lot to do with it. So it's a bummer, but
money talks.
Yeah,
and
but
that
we need
many
to,
fans in a place, they want to see something.
But it's not, what do they say? It's not the system that's broken. The system is broken. The system is working how it's supposed to work. We need to move these numbers down. Between 100 and 150 mandates 1 hydration break. I feel like 60 to 100 should be one.
Should be their first level. Move those batches down a level.
Because with smoke becomes the heat, becomes everything else. And it's just making it dangerous out there for them. Like, I'm sorry, but a player just should not be hitting oxygen on the side of the fucking field 22 minutes into a 90-minute match. It's not good for us. It's not good for them. It's not good for the league. It's not good for women's sports. Because a lot of people look at us and we should start setting a standard for what's safe and what's not safe for these ladies and or people, they, thems. It's Pride Weekend in Portland, so they, thems.
So Marissa, where are we today? What are we drinking? And what are we watching as we're recording?
Okay, well, we are recording from beautiful Portland, Oregon, USA.
Hanging out at an unnamed bar over on 82nd.
Unnamed bar. We will name the bar once we get our free drink. You know what I mean? Shout out them. But it's a beautiful day in Portland. It's 74 degrees. It's gorgeous. The sun is out. We're here, like we said, recording in our favorite bar. We're watching the Men's World Cup. It's been a lot of fun. I am sipping on my Huge Rose City Well vodka.
And
easy peasy.
I have learned my lesson. I am not drinking a Seattle beer this week. I'm drinking a California beer instead. So we got the Lagunitas IPA going on.
Here we go.
My second one. Mm-hmm. So cheers to you.
Yeah, cheers to you. Also, what do you guys like to drink when you guys are watching a game? Are you guys a well person, a beer person? Shout us out in the comments, reviews.
Or hit us up, rosecityredcard at gmail.com.
Or hit us up. I actually have Alan's mom's phone number, so I will be posting that on the show notes.
Oh, yeah, she gave us permission for that. So
yes, she absolutely does.
After
Loves
you
it.
threatened to give out her maiden name, she was all into that. So we'll be making sure that lands in the show notes. Shout out to you, Mom.
Shout out to Alan's mom. I received, and I will be better. Alan's mom. Looking forward to meeting you.
So that brings us to something that we've been talking about quite a bit the last few episodes, which is the transfer window. It is now open. We have seen a little bit of activity on our team, nothing really with the window, but we have signed Fleming through 2028. That was great to hear. And then Tordin, we have signed through 2029. So you were saying last week, let's play Tordin, and in less than 48 hours, they signed her. So I think you can take credit for that one.
Yeah, it's crazy that the Portland Thorns front of house literally listens to this podcast.
They must.
They're getting ideas from us. You're fucking welcome, Thorns fans.
But that does leave us still with one big question. What is going on with Wilson? Can we keep her? Is she sticking around? What are we going to do?
I don't plan on having children, but she can have my firstborn. But so I'm not worried about Soph going overseas. She has a family here. I can't see her going overseas, so we can kind of cross that out. I can maybe see her moving somewhere closer to where her husband plays. He plays men's sports in Arizona.
So that's an interesting piece of it. They're both professional sports players, professional athletes, and in different states. Is there a reason that one of them would want to get closer to the other? Or, as you and I have talked about in the past, they play different times of the year. Does that give them enough flexibility that they can, spend part of the year in one place, part of the year in the other, and have both of them keep playing?
Alan with the $3 million questions over here. So there's a big part of it. So Soph grew up in Denver, went to Stanford. So she has kind of places everywhere. But yes, her man's he not just a regular sport. He plays for the NFL for Arizona Cardinals. He actually is pretty great. Seems like a great guy. But they do play opposite schedules. He's been at almost every Portland Thorns game, having their little baby in the crowd. So he's been there all summer. They do play opposite schedules. Like when our season ends, their season starts. And so I could see how that could work out. You also see Soph with her family up here. Her parents are up here, like it does seem like she has a system. I think it's not all about money, but we're the Thorns. Like this is a very historic place. Like we pour into our players. I don't know if it's a money thing. Because she's got plenty of money, you know what I mean? But
she's got that.
Does she want to win? Like she's with us, we're winning. I don't know what it would take. I don't know what's in her brain. I don't know. We can only just kind of tell you what we know, like her husband does play a sport.
Their general manager has said that the objective is to re-sign her. So they're definitely trying to. But it sounds like, there's a lot of factors that are going into this that are beyond just pure sports. There's a lot of human factors that go into these decisions as well.
If Soph goes to the summit, I'll burn this place down.
So that brings us to the end of our show. Marissa, is there anything you wanted to say before we sign off?
Yes, actually, I have two things. I know we talked about just the one, but it's huge shout out to Lindsey Heaps. We're so happy to have you back on our home soil, girl. Like Captain America, you went over there. You played in the league. You played in Champions League. You won titles. We won so many titles over there. We're just really happy to have you back on home soil.
It's going to be great seeing the U.S. team to play later on.
It's so good to have you here. And my second shout out is to all my Southern Oregon girls, my friend Sam in New York, all my girls that are listening. Like, appreciate you guys listening, supporting. It does really mean a lot. Love you guys.
It is fantastic to have everybody listening. So next week, we are going to be talking about two things. First up is Gotham at Portland. Unfortunately, neither of us are going to be able to make it to that game, but it is going to be Pride Celebration night, and it is going to be an incredible game. Gotham are arriving top of the league, 30 points, just coming back from beating Seattle. We are unbeaten at home, but we're winless away. Can we keep that up? Can we defend our title here? And then the other piece is we're going to talk about the salary cap and what is Gotham doing that they have all these players that are incredible? How are they pulling that off? And what can we do about it? So it'll be great. We will talk to you next week.
This is Rose City Red Card signing off. Marissa, Portland Thorns groupie. Fuck Seattle. No injuries. All smiles. Go Thorns.
Go Thorns.